Hey guys, it's Katie. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a throwback. So I had this idea to do kind of like throwback DIYs. I guess start a series that kind of shows you guys some older DIYs that I used to do as a kid, things that are kind of off trend now, that kind of like died out. I thought it would be fun to just kind of like show you guys some old DIYs. So the first DIY I'm showing you guys is going to be for this Totem Pole friendship bracelet. This one is one that I made when I was younger, probably like 13. I've had it for ages. I just found it in my jewelry box recently, so I kind of forgot how to make it, but I kind of looked at it, remembered, and yeah, so I'm going to show you guys how to make this. I used to make these all the time. I had this little friendship bracelet book when I was younger that had like all of these different designs in it, and this one was like one of the harder ones that was in there. It took me forever to learn how to make it back then, I remember, but I really enjoy how it looks. I think it's so cool. You'll see a little bit of closer up images on this in the video. Let's jump into this tutorial so you guys can see how to make these. Hello guys, so for this tutorial you are going to be needing 4 different colors of embroidery floss. These are the colors that I chose. You can choose any color you want. And now we're going to measure out each of the 4 strands to be the same length. So I'm taking my first strand and I'm just measuring it on a ruler 4 times. This will ensure that you have more than enough string to complete your bracelet and have it be able to fit around your wrist. So then I'm just taking that orange strand that I measured and I'm measuring the other 3 of my embroidery flosses against that string. You don't need the ruler every time. Unless you want to be that precise, then go ahead, but it's just easier to cut them all the same length. So once I finish that, I'm taking the 2 ends of my strands and I'm lining them up evenly so that I can find the center. And at the center, I'm going to create a knotted loop up there because you're going to have 2 sides of the strings, so you're going to end up with like 8 strings. You want to be able to have like a pair of each, so you're going to have 4 on one side, 4 on the other, and they're basically going to be a mirror image of the other. So I'm doing this on my ironing board, so I just decided to grab a safety pin and pin it. If you're doing it on a table, tape will suffice, or you could clip it into a box or something. It's easier if you have it secured to something so the bracelet and the strings don't move around as much. So now I'm just separating all my strings out. You're going to want to have 1 color on each side. And now I'm just going to lay them out, kind of adjust it, just however your strings move naturally is probably the best way, just so it's easier for you to tie the knot. So once you have all those strings laid out on the one side, you're going to want to make a complete mirror image of the strings on the other side. So I go like orange, blue, white, red, red, white, blue, orange. And now we're going to start the tying process. So the first row of this is just going to be a basic chevron type knot. It's really easy. All you're going to do is take your first string, mine happens to be orange, so whatever your string happens to be, you're going to take that and tie it around the second string twice. So I'm taking my orange string, tying it around the blue string, and always make sure you double knot. I'm just doing a basic knot here, nothing fancy, just a knot. And once you do that, I'm going to take it now and I'm going to tie my orange string around the white string because that is string number 3 for me. And once that's done, I'm also going to take the orange string and tie it twice around string number 4, which happens to be my red string. And you're just going to want to do the same exact thing on the other side, starting with the other orange string, tying it around the blue, the white, the red. Make sure to double knot. And once you do all of that, you're going to end up with both of your orange strings in the center, and that's going to be your new string 4. And the blue string will be your next working string. Now you can do a few rows of these chevrons. The pattern actually calls for like 4 or 5 rows of the chevrons, and then you get into the totem pole. But I just kind of like to start the totem faces instead of wasting time with like the chevrons, but you guys can do whatever you want. This is what it's going to look like when you finish the first chevron. I switched my background to white because I thought it would be a little bit easier for you guys to see what I'm doing rather than the floral pattern of my ironing board. So now I'm taking the blue string, which is now my new string number 1, and I'm going to tie it around my white string, which is my new string number 2. And again, we're just doing the double knots. And then we're taking the blue string again, and I'm going to tie it around my red string here as well, string number 3. And then I'm also going to tie it around the orange string. I'm doing another chevron here. I didn't start the totem pole just yet. And now, depending on the layout of your string, it's going to affect what your first little totem face looks like. Since white's going to be on the outside, that's going to be the head color of my totem pole. Red is going to end up being the little like eyes around it, and then orange is going to end up being my actual eye color, just because that's how the layout of the strings is. And blue is actually not going to get used for the totem pole. But anyway, I'm starting the totem pole now, and I just tied the white string around red, orange, and blue, and then the white will end up in the center. And then I'm taking my red string and I'm just tying that twice around the orange string, and I'm also going to tie that around the blue string. And this is going to be the little like eyeshadow thing around the eye. But now I'm going to take my orange string and I'm tying that around the blue string twice. And we have the little start of our totem pole. Now I'm going to go in and take my red string again, and I'm tying it back around the orange string, and then I'm going to tie it on the blue string. And then your layout is going to look like this. And once that's done, you're going to want to go ahead and take your white string, whichever string is in the inside, and I'm going to tie that around the orange string, the red string, and the blue string, so that the white ends up on the outside again. And once you get to the blue string on this round, you're going to want to tie the white string around 4 times, because that's going to bring you to the right and then back to the left. And then you're also going to want to tie that white string back around the red string and the orange string, just so that your white string ends up in the center again. And now you will have 1/2 of your face, and you're just going to repeat those same exact steps on the other side of the bracelet. And then you will have the other half of your face. If for any reason you guys get lost during this tutorial, be sure to pause the video. You can rewind it, watch it as many times as you need until you get it down. I only showed how to do it this one time, but you can always go back. That's the perks of being a video. I will also link a written pattern that I found online down below in the description, so be sure to check that out. It'll definitely help for you people that aren't exactly visual learners and you do better when you're reading or looking at pictures, so be sure to check the description for that down below. So once your white strings end up in the center, you're going to tie those together twice and just kind of like adjust everything. It might be a little bit funky depending on how you tied your knots. But once you're finished, you're just going to repeat that same pattern over and over again until it fits the length of your wrist. But this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. This is one that I already had finished. I like to add clasps to the ends of mine just because it's easier than constantly always trying to tie it onto your wrist. I like this method a little bit better, and it works and makes the bracelet last a little bit longer. But I think this is a really fun design, so I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Welcome back, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if you guys are interested in these throwback videos I'll be doing. I thought it would be just an interesting idea, something a little different to do that isn't like all the super popular stuff that's going around right now. I don't know. I thought it was a little refreshing. I do have a friendship bracelet tutorial. The first video I ever uploaded was actually a friendship bracelet tutorial, and that was how to like write names and stuff in them. So that was a lot of fun. That's kind of cool, kind of throwing it back to the roots. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are excited for the series, give this video a thumbs up. Also, comment down below what your favorite throwback DIY was from back in the day. Give me some ideas, what videos you guys want to see that are going to be a part of this series. But anyway, be sure to subscribe so you guys can get notified every time I upload. I upload every Wednesday and Saturday. I currently have my Wreck This Journal series going on, and also I have other little videos here and there. I'm also going to be doing a bullet journal this year, as well as another temperature blanket, so you guys can keep up to date with those monthly updates. But yeah, that's about all for this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!